Using the Sony adapter LA-EA3, it's possible to use all the Sony A-mount lenses with your Sony mirrorless. In today's video, I'm going to show how works the prime lens Sony 300mm f2.8 G2 with my Sony A9. Then I'm going to make a comparison among that lens and the Sony 100-400GM and the 200-600G lenses as well. Are you ready? Okay, let's crack on. Here we go. Okay, first of all I want to thank everybody who's helping and supporting me with my channel. I'm really happy for this support, so thanks guys. Having said that, for everybody interested in wildlife photography and landscape photography as well, this is the right channel. Here I'll show you my techniques about how to approach wildlife, always respecting them. And sometimes I'll show my landscape eye. If you like topics like that, you can subscribe to the channel clicking the bell for having always my news. Okay, before starting with the comparison, I want to warn you that I'm not going to make another review of those lenses. In the net there are tons of them, and I think they have been said almost everything. So don't worry, I won't get you bored, or at least I hope so. In order to have a more consistent result, I'll take pictures of the same subject with every lens. Staying at home, I should have always the same light condition. Very well, let's get started with the Sony 300mm f2.8. This lens is quite heavy and use it handheld is not really useful, but don't worry, I'm going to use a tripod to make the test. So now I'm going to take a picture using the wider aperture of the diaphragm lens. Then I'll take the same picture using a bigger value of the diaphragm. Okay, now the first one will be at f2.8. Now at f5.6 and now at f8. Unfortunately, I won't be able to test the AF of that lens due to the limitation of the A-mount system with the adapter. Now I'm gonna do the same with the next lens. Of course, I'm not be able to use the same diaphragm values, at least the smallest, because the two other lenses don't have them. And naturally I'm going to use the same focal length of 300mm. So let's go. The minimum diaphragm value of this lens is f5.6, the 300mm of focal length. The first shot at f5.6 and finally at f8. And now a short clip to see how fast is AF with this lens. As you can see, it's pretty fast, but also true that the two subjects are pretty near. And now I'm going to use the 200-600mm, in this case at 300mm of focal length. We have f5.6 as minimum diaphragm value, so this is the first shoot at f5.6. And now the last shoot at f8. Finally, a short clip about the AF. Where the result is pretty similar to the other lens, I mean the 100-400mm. Very well, now I'm gonna show you the result of this strange test. The first part is with the Sony 300mm f2.8 with the Sony 100-400GM lens. In the first picture, you can compare the A-mount lens as a better sharpness than the 100-400GM lens. Even though the difference is not huge. Now I'm gonna show you a zoom portion of the image, where it's more clear the difference. Well, and now have a look at f8. In this case, the situation is pretty similar. The two lenses have a really similar image quality. Also watching the comparison magnified, the result is almost the same. With the 200-600G lens, the situation is not so much a difference. At f5.6, the 300mm f2.8 is a bit better. Also watching it magnified. But at f8 are almost the same with an equivalent image quality. And just for curiosity, here there's the comparison between the 100-400GM lens and the 200-600G. To be honest, I was pretty curious and I thought the GM lens would be much more better than the G lens. As you can see, the GM lens is better, but not so much. Yes, the details are better, a little bit more crisp, but with no huge differences. Saying that the Sony 200-600 is really good, at least in terms of sharpness. Okay guys, the Sony 300mm f2.8, despite it's an old lens, is still good. The image quality is very good, and compared to the other, got almost the same result at f8. Differently, the lower diaphragm, the A-mount lens offer a better view. Unfortunately, A-mount lenses can't be used in video mode, using other adapters as well. So I couldn't make a real AF test with the Sony 300mm f2.8 lens. Now, I don't know the real reason of that. Maybe the A-mount engines are so fast to follow the mirrorless cameras, but I can't be sure of that. It's only a supposition of mine. Very well, it's time to go now. Tell me what you think of this test in the comment section below, or if you have some other test to show me. Okay guys, thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. In case, give me a like, and why not, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Bye bye.